Gottacon Game 2. This is my Empire versus Andrew's Beastmen. Very cool to see Beastmen, and a very well painted army as well. You should see the freehand on some of this guy's banners. I did not manage to get any close-up pictures. I wasn't really thinking about it, but I should have. His deployment looks like that. He's got 3 little units of Ungor Raiders, 1 single Razor Gore, 3 Razor Gore, 1 single Razor Gore, 2 more squads of Harpies, and level 4 Bray Shaman on Shadow, or Great Bray Shaman. He's got some Ungor, some big block of Gore, and a unit of Minotaurs with, I think, 3 Minotaur characters. BSB, Doom Bull, and another Gore Bull. I got my stuff spread out like that. Really, really dumb deployment. This game, I can't believe my thoughts on this game. I should have just cornered up in one corner. Just picked a corner and stuck to it. I was a little bit wishy-washy about what I wanted to do. I did manage to get the first turn, though it's not going to matter for much. My cannon could draw a line of sight to his Great Bray Shaman, but he said, can I redeploy it, because that's not what his intention was. So I let him do it. Other than that, things back up a little bit from the Minotaurs. Knights move up to get a good countercharge in, and here I took a couple wounds off of one of the Minotaurs. Might even killed one with a cannon. Very ineffective shooting first turn. And by the way, my magic phase, I rolled a full phase and did like nothing. I tried hard, but not a lot came of it. His chaff all moves up. Those flyers really threaten my war machines because they can just fly over anything. You see where the dice are there on the hill? Well, these hills are monstrous, and you won't be able to put a movement tray on them, so those dice represent the corners of the respective units that they're in front of. He gets off a strength debuff, or a toughness debuff. Really didn't matter. These guys weren't seeing combat anyway. Okay, in my turn 2, Steam Tank tries to get into those Harpies, but comes short. Chaff Knights move up so that the Razor Gore won't be able to get a flank charge or a long-range charge on the Hellblasters. Looks like I move up my other Chaff Knights to stop the frenzied Minotaurs, because the frenzied characters do make the Minotaurs frenzied. So here's my plan. I try and Ice Strike Blizzard the big unit of Razor Gore and cannon off one of the small Razor Gore, single Razor Gore I should say, but I only do 1 wound and nothing flees. That would have been sweet. I think everything in that area would have fled if I killed that one guy. And therefore, I've got a ton of crap over there to deal with, very little points. Looks like I killed another Minotaur or 2 with cannon shots as well. So his big unit of Razor Gore going to the flank of my Knights. Gee, I wonder how that's going to go. Oh, I think I magic missiled his Harpies, and they actually ran, and they just this turn they actually rallied. Moves up his other chaff. I think a Great Bray Shaman joins one of the Ungor Raider units. Moves up his Ungors. Gore get a charge off on the Demigryphs as well. And the Minotaurs to the left go into my leftmost Chaff Knights. This is after combat. Minotaurs go forward only d6 inches because of their Blood Frenzy rule, I believe it's called. And these Razor Gore finish off the Knights. And the combat with the Gore, I just kill a bunch of them, and I think he does like a wound or 2 to me, maybe. So in my turn 3, here's what I'm saying, like just a waste of resources over here, killing Razor Gore and Harpies, are my Demigryphs and Steam Tank, 2 of my best units in combat. So we go into that Razor Gore there, and the Steam Tank finally manages to hit the fleeing Harpies. My Night Bus goes into the flank of the Gore. Now this is make it or break it. If I can break these guys, I need to kill like 13 of them or something to make them have the same amount of ranks as me. If I can do that, then they won't be steadfast and I'll break them. Here, after shooting, I only killed 2 of the 3 Razor Gore. And here in combat, I think in Magic I got reroll wounds off. But yeah, after combat, I needed all 4 of my Demigryph stomps to wound. I only wounded with 3. So he's steadfast and stuck. Now I'm just hooped. I'm boned. Really dumb. Really was not happy with the way I played in this game. So his Ungor go into my archers and my wizard. And unfortunately, he moved the Ungor first, so he didn't get the charge with the Razor Gore onto the... is he going into the Knights or the Hellblaster? Either way. And his Minotaurs, with all his beefy characters, get into the Demigryphs. In the magic phase, he gets off a... what's it called? Mind Razor. There you go. Onto the Gore, and I think he miasmas my weapon skill for my Knights. And I'm like weapon skill 1. So there's everything forming up. This is my Demigryphs killing both the Razor Gores. Actually, one fled. There you go. One fled is at the top of that picture. I killed one. And yeah, my Knights flee. He got my BSB in this combat with the Mind Razor, and the Mind Razor just destroyed the Demigryphs. I don't even think there was any left. He did so many wounds. Their strength 8, leadership 8. That's pretty good. My Demigryphs foolishly try and get a charge on that fleeing Razor Gore. I don't know what I was thinking. Probably thinking I wanted the points for it. Steam Tank turns around to face the Minotaurs and shoot his cannon at them. My Knights here rally to face the 10 Gore that you'd think we'd be able to take easily. Oh, and by the way, my archers didn't run away in that combat against the Ungor. So look at all those wound markers. I just rolled shit with my cannons this game. It was always... I'd wound... He failed his Iron Curse icon save, and then I'd roll like 1 or 2 wounds, and they each have 4 wounds. I just needed a 4+. Any 4+ would be awesome. I would have killed that Razor Gore. Would have killed some Minotaurs, but no. So the Ungor kill all my archers, but my wizard manages to flee, and they overrun into the Hellblaster. So his Gore charge... My Knights, I'm not too worried about that, unless he gets Mind Razor off. No spoilers. Looks like I got a ward save on the last magic phase 2 for my Warrior Priest. And here he just throws one character out in front of one of my cannons, and the Razor Gore goes into the flank of my Hellblaster, kills it, and look at that, the Gore got off Mind Razor and killed my Knights. The Ungor down at the bottom kill my Hellblaster and go into a Engineer, and this is what everything looks like at the end of the game. I do one last cannon shot with the Steam Tank, and I think I misfire or something stupid like that, and I call it. So, Beastmen Victory, good for Beastmen to get a win, but my opponent was very good, and it was well earned on his part. Unfortunately, I feel like I played it really, really stupid. I think I should have deployed once I saw all his chaff on that one side, I think I should have started deploying on that one side. Because I can get rid of the chaff, cause multiple panic checks, and they'll also be in the way of his big combat units. My guns kind of got in the way of my Demigryphs and Knights on the left flank moving away fast. I kind of just had a little bit of space to back up, so eventually they were going to get there. Weird game.